Hi, I'm Steve Wilson, an anaesthetist from Adelaide, and I'm here with Eloise Cowie, who's a senior clinical psychologist up here in Queensland. Eloise was talking about her innovating paediatric pain care up here in Queensland, specifically with the paediatric service up north. Can you tell us a little bit about your presentation and the challenges that you've faced up here in Queensland?
Yeah. So it was such a pleasure to be able to talk about the project that we've been working on, partnering the Queensland Interdisciplinary Paediatric Persistent Pain Service with the North Queensland Persistent Pain Management Service. I guess in the interest of making it easier to deliver paediatric care in a space that's closer to families' homes. One of the challenges that we have in Brisbane is obviously we're trying to provide a statewide service, but Queensland's a really massive state geographically, and so patients have to travel a long way to come from North Queensland down to Brisbane to receive treatment. North Queensland Persistent Pain Management Service is doing a great job in providing paediatric care, but kind of having that intentional partnership was something that I guess was a gap that was missing. And so today, Dr. Andrew and I had the pleasure of, explaining the journey of the last 18 months of connecting together and, doing treatment together rather than siloing out our service offerings.
One of the themes that's come across from the session is obviously the interdisciplinary nature of these services, whether it's the service we had based out of North America or the service in South Australia, and how important it is to make these connections.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how you went about that in Queensland?
Yeah, absolutely. We have kind of naturally, I think, had a relationship, Quips, with North Queensland, given that they are one of the adult pain services that was receiving referrals from paediatrics. I guess given the location that they're in, it's quite unique to the other adult pain services that are in Queensland. And so obviously Dr. Andrew spoke about having done a fellowship with our service as well. We've kind of had an ongoing relationship, particularly with our medical officers between those services. So it was really natural, I think, to evolve then into when we had the opportunity for funding to kind of really invest into that collaboration, knowing that our models of care are different and knowing that our interdisciplinary team makeups are different as well. There was still, a shared interest, a shared kind of goal and hope, and also shared experiences. Particularly with Dr. Andrew having spent some time and also our allied health team leader having worked in Mackay for a period of time. So there was kind of, that connection there as well, which is really lovely.
Yeah. The other challenge obviously is funding for these projects. How did you go about securing funding?
Yeah. So we were really lucky to have the opportunity to apply for funding through the Office of the Chief Allied Health Officer, which is, the guiding funding body for allied health service provision within the Department of Health in Queensland. They provide, non-recurrent funding for teams to be able to invest energy into renewing models of care. And so that was an opportunity that came up. We were able to apply and were granted funding through that for the kind of 2023 to 2025 model of care funding period. And that has availed us, a lot of mentorship as well through the office. They have dedicated kind of those people who are really good at projects, which has not always been me, these public health people who really know, the bigger picture of systems thinking. So they've been able to, not just invest finances, but also invest knowledge into our project and our work, which has been fantastic.
And you managed to achieve this while continuing clinical work as well?
Yeah. I'm a bit of a crazy person. So at the moment I work a few jobs. I'm working 3 jobs, but I am also a psychologist working in the team. So kind of holding a clinical caseload is something that's really important to me. I think staying connected to clinical work whilst we're doing this big picture work kind of keeps our feet on the ground, right? And helps us to know what's actually going on for families.
And so where do you see the next few years progressing?
We are really, excited as a service to think strategically about partnerships. We have an increasing referral number. We don't have an increasing FTE base. And so for us to be able to do this work sustainably, we actually need intentional collaborations with service providers across the state. Whether that be other services that are doing pain care or whether that's schools or mental health services that are also most likely interacting with these patients, whether they know it or not. We are really lucky to already have an ongoing Project Echo series. I think we've had 8 years of running Project Echo, complex pain in paediatrics. So that's a key way that we partner, but we're kind of thinking about how can we do that even more strategically whilst we're just trying to meet our ever-increasing service need and demand across the state. So for me, at the end of the project, that looks like going back to being a clinical psychologist and just being back with families more of the time and really connecting with that. But don't think I can ever switch this off, to be honest.
No, very impressive what you've achieved.
Thank you.
And hope you have all the best for the project.
Thank you.
With the ASM, do you have any other particular sessions that you're looking forward to over the
Not
weekend?
Look, this is a world that's very unfamiliar to me as a psychologist, and I think it's really fantastic to see so many, pain medicine, kind of interested people and anaesthetists gathering together. I've seen lots of familiar faces from my acute pain colleagues, so I wish you guys all the best for a really wonderful conference together. I hope it's a great time.
Any plans for sunny Cairns?
Yes, we're heading out to the Great Barrier Reef. I've brought my daughter here with me, and she's an Octonauts fan, so she's excited to see some animals under the sea.
Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thank you.